A very old soul is calling to you, Sagittarius. It's not by accident that you're hearing this today. That voice, still patient, still kind, keeps insisting on speaking to you as if it's been waiting a long time. Just to say one thing: you've gone so far, you've forgotten why you began. Within the next 21 days, a very specific door will open. Someone close to you, perhaps still in this world, perhaps beyond, has tried to keep their smile, but they can't hold it much longer. They're sending you signs. Through dreams, through songs you stumble upon, through the wind brushing across your chest and stomach, where your body asks for attention. If you ignore what's being revealed, you might miss a chance that was always meant to be yours. So before we go further, if you feel warmth in your chest or a soft wave running down your spine, write this in the comments as an affirmation to the universe. I now receive the light and the guidance of the Master. When you write that, the energy of spiritual guidance will surround you, and every message meant for you will find you without resistance. Come closer now, child of fire. Sit with me as we once did under the open sky when I taught you how to read the stars with your soul, not your eyes. Take a deep breath and let it reach the quietest corners within you. Because today a channel has opened, so ancient wisdom can speak directly to the heart that's been searching. It's no coincidence that you've arrived here. Jupiter, your ruling planet, has arranged this meeting. It wants to show you that even light needs space to shine. Even the greatest traveler needs a place to return. I can see the lands you've crossed, those landscapes of trial, where freedom turned into loneliness and faith was slowly worn down by reality. I can see the smile you wear, while 1,000 unanswered questions live beneath it. You've touched happiness more than once, only to let it slip through your fingers, afraid that if you held it, you'd lose yourself. But freedom, Sagittarius, is not about leaving everything behind. It's about showing up completely for what you choose to love. Remember that. The ancient teacher rests a patient hand upon your shoulder, asking permission to stand beside you in silence and show you the moments you'll soon recognize, the moment you turn back just in time and avoid a mistake that would have cost you dearly. The moment you stay silent instead of reacting, and by doing so, you prevent a deeper wound. Small choices, but each one carries immense protection. You thought you were steering your own ship alone, but you never were. An invisible hand has always been there, keeping you steady whenever you felt close to falling. An unnamed love has followed you through every night you felt lost. Jupiter, your guardian planet, doesn't come to bind you, but to expand you. It doesn't say, "Don't be afraid." It teaches you to look at fear directly and call it by its name. It knows your soul burns with infinite desire, and sometimes that very fire makes you lose your direction. You've confused faith with blind hope, adventure with escape. But your true refuge, Sagittarius, is not in the journeys you take. It's in the awareness you carry within each step. The teacher looks at you with gentle eyes. You carry the light of the horizon, he says, but also the wounds of a wanderer. He doesn't judge you. He understands. He knows that long ago, you were taught to doubt your own instincts, to believe that freedom was reckless, that your dreams were too much. But your soul was never meant to fit into cages. You came here to open roads. The teacher doesn't justify the past. He simply looks at it with compassion and says, it's time to lay down the burdens that aren't yours. Not everything you carry belongs to you. You've been holding other people's pain, trying to explain silences that were never your responsibility to bear. Now, let them go. When you learn to forgive, not because others deserve it, but because your heart deserves peace, the light of Jupiter will illuminate your path again. If the Six of Cups appears in your journey, it's not about sadness. It's about memory that has grown wise. You can look back with gratitude, without being trapped by nostalgia. You can smile at what once made you cry, because now you know every experience was part of your soul's curriculum. Give yourself permission to rewrite your story without betraying the truth. Tell it again, but this time through light, through the wisdom born of every fall and every rise. The teacher points toward the horizon, where dusk meets dawn. Your true inheritance, he says, is not measured in possessions, but in how you use your light to guide others. He's not speaking of documents or keys or gold. He's speaking of vision, of your gift to see what others refuse to face, of the healing power that flows through your voice and hands. That's the greatest treasure your soul brought here. A gift you once hid because you feared being different, feared being misunderstood, feared being alone. But now, the universe wants you to awaken. It wants you to use that gift, to bring light where darkness still lingers. Let your intuition flow like a river just awakening from sleep. Trust the smallest sign, a bird's call, a strange fragrance, a flicker of light in a dream. They're not coincidences. They're messages, confirmations. If right now you feel a shiver or your heartbeat slows just a little, know that he is here, not far away, not hidden, but right here in the very breath you're taking. Remember this, Sagittarius. It's no coincidence you were born with restless feet and a heart that longs to understand everything. Your mission is to seek meaning and to share it with the world. Every time you choose to speak the truth, you're releasing a piece of humanity's shadow. Every time you forgive, you're teaching others how to live a little freer. And every time you lift your head to the stars, you're practicing faith, the very light this world needs more than ever. If, in the coming days, a door opens unexpectedly, don't hesitate, don't doubt. That is the universe responding to your affirmation today. And if your heart whispers that someone or something is trying to reach you, don't be afraid. Because light never comes to frighten, it comes to guide. Close your eyes and softly say, I am ready to receive the light of my new path. When you speak those words, the doors that once closed will begin to open. Not because the world has changed, but because your frequency has. The universe never stays silent. It's just that sometimes we're not yet quiet enough to hear it. If you can feel this energy moving around you now, leave a comment. I am ready to receive the light and the new direction. Share this message so the light of Sagittarius can travel farther, because someone out there might need to hear it today. A hand rests gently upon yours, not a hand of control, but of an ancient soul whispering, I am here. No grand rituals, no ornate words, just presence. A presence reminding you of the faith once planted in your ancestral blood. The belief that heart and fortune, faith and material life are bound together by an invisible thread. A thread your lineage carried for generations, where abundance was seen as rare, where happiness came at the cost of exhaustion, where love was tied to obligation. But Sagittarius, it's time for your flame of freedom to burn that old belief clean. Death, the symbol of rebirth, does not come to destroy. It comes as a delicate gardener, trimming away the overgrown branches of old habits, making space for new growth. In this journey, the line is clear. to cut the inherited cord of scarcity and open the doorway to conscious abundance. You've lived too long in unconscious loyalty, believing that only through suffering could you be worthy of love. But that is not the truth. You are worthy simply because you exist. No need to prove, no need to atone. In the next 21 days, an opportunity will arrive in the most human form. Not thunder, not some mystical sign, but a simple conversation, perhaps beginning with a question like, "Hey, have you ever thought that one book or one small contract could change your entire path?" Be open, Sagittarius. Don't underestimate the smallest seeds, because Jupiter, your guiding planet, often hides the greatest miracles inside the most ordinary moments. Ask when you need to. Speak when you feel moved. Don't wait for a grand miracle, because the miracle is you, learning to trust yourself again. A feminine soul, strong yet tender, is standing beside you. She carries the energy of endurance, the quiet strength of those who once suffered for family, and now she's here to break the ancestral pattern that kept you tightening your belt, even when life no longer demands such restraint. She whispers to you, abundance is not a reward, it's a state of awareness. And the moon, keeper of your emotions, offers a gentle warning. Someone may be approaching with a sweet smile, but intentions not so pure. Listen to the faint signals of your body. Don't dismiss them simply because you think you're tired. Your body never lies. If your chest feels heavy, if your stomach tightens, that is the voice of a soul forced into silence. Listen. Set your boundaries, and never feel guilty for protecting your peace. Because real peace is worth far more than the illusion of harmony. When we speak of your health, a masculine voice appears in a soft blue light. He, perhaps a father, perhaps a spiritual guide, places his hand over his chest and abdomen and says with the gentle regret of one who learned too late, "Don't ignore the small signals. The body holds what the soul is afraid to say." We are not diagnosing, we're reminding. Do not normalize what is crying for help. Breathe when you feel tense. Sleep when the world gets loud. Seek counsel when your intuition insists. This is not weakness, it is an act of deep self-love. That fatherly spirit regrets not caring for himself, and he doesn't want you to repeat that mistake. Tomorrow, when the sun rises, open your window. Let the light pour in. Place a hand over your heart and say, "I choose peace above all else." Small rituals, breathing, clean water, a white candle, can do what 100 sermons cannot. Bring your soul back to its original clarity. The Six of Cups appears like a gatekeeper, leading you back to the house of memory. But this time, not to trap you in the past, rather to help you release what no longer serves you. Inside an old drawer or an unfinished memory lies a hidden family truth. Don't be afraid. Truth only heals when spoken with compassion. Some old decisions were etched into your family line, and you are the one chosen to look at them again through new light. That fatherly guide shows me an object, a watch, a knife, a medal, or a handkerchief worn at the edges. It doesn't matter what it is, within it rests the energy of protection. If you find it, keep it with you for 3 months, as a charm of strength and unity. If not, place a glass of water and a white candle beside a photo of your loved one in the quietest corner of your home. That will open a clear channel of communication. Speak to them as if you were speaking to yourself. No ceremony needed, no perfect words, just honesty. They hear you, and they will answer, not through noise but through synchronicities. A sudden warmth, or a song that plays at the exact moment you needed to hear it. An artistic current is calling you back. It might be music, it might be something you once loved deeply and left behind. When you return to it, you're not just honoring their memory, you're awakening a creative channel that has been asleep within your soul. And in that space, when you finally let go, a great lesson will touch you. Forgiveness is not about forgetting, it's about accepting the whole story and then closing it gently. There are things you've been too hard on yourself for, afraid of disappointing others. But guilt does not lead the way, it only drags you down. Now is the time to cleanse. Read with me, with a deep breath and an open heart. Under the light of Jupiter and the strength of my lineage, I release the weight of unnecessary guilt, I welcome the love of my ancestors, and I walk in peace, here and now. Be silent afterward and feel the space expand. It's not imagination, it's your soul, widening its own horizon. An old dream of yours is waiting to return, not for applause, but to fulfill the healing purpose for which it was born. Your teacher, your spiritual father, wants you to go back there, because through that act, you're stitching together the fragments of a once separated life. He points to a place, a station, a workshop, a familiar road, where the breath of the past meets the pulse of the present. If you find yourself there, pause and listen. You will understand what you once could only feel. And then, from the other side, a feminine spirit hands me a bundle of papers, notes, letters, old documents. Read them again. Those underlines, those small marks, they are clues to the financial and emotional lesson you're living through now. They're not just memories, they're maps, leading you back to wholeness. If you're in a relationship, the conversations that are coming will be the key. Speak with kindness and listen with compassion. If you're single, someone with a mirrored purpose is coming toward you. Not by coincidence, but as a reward for all the years you've spent healing patiently. This love will ask for clarity, and it will give emotional maturity in return. If you're a parent, this energy will move through your lineage, teaching your children how to love without fear. Because the love within you is the root of the entire tree. If, as you listen now, your heart grows warm and a soft wave spreads through your body, know that they are here. The ancestral soul, the teacher, the father, all smiling because you are finally ready to return. Write in the comments, I am ready to receive the light of freedom and renewed faith. And if you share this message, know that you are carrying the light of Sagittarius, the light of wisdom, faith, and unconditional love. Father, I have received your love, not as a gift, but as a bridge of light spanning the old corridors of our story, so that none of us will stumble in the same place again. Your voice trembles as you speak of promises left unkept. But I understand, you're not explaining. You're committing that from where your soul now stands, you will honor what was lost by creating gentle coincidences in my life. And then, white feathers begin to appear in the most unexpected places. A strange scent drifts by, pulling you back into a nameless memory. An old melody plays right at the moment your heart begins to waver. Small signs whisper softly, I'm here. Keep going. Under the moonlight, a forgotten family tradition begins to stir. A simple meal, cooked with love. A song echoing through the kitchen. A candle lit again where silence once lived. These small gestures, open channels of ancient blessings, places where soul meets soul, without the need for explanation. But at the core of that story, a knot of silence still remains, and you, Sagittarius, with the compassion and maturity of fire, are the one chosen to loosen it. Not to carry every burden, but to awaken a conversation that's been buried for generations. Whisper to yourself, like someone watering a seed, "I forgive, and I am free." Then watch. As tension melts away, the room brightens and your heart grows lighter, as if it never carried weight at all. Your father smiles, seeing you draw closer to your true life's work. He knows you hold gifts the world needs: the gentleness of deep listening, the grace of small, thoughtful acts, the quiet power that makes others feel safe simply by your presence. Your work is not just duty, it's the expansion of your soul. Your home is an energy map. Move something, clear a corner, shift a piece of furniture, open a window. Every small change is an invitation for the new to enter. And if life suddenly brings an idea to move, to relocate, to start fresh, don't be afraid. When death, the card of rebirth, appears, it doesn't destroy, it restructures to help you grow. As for justice, both human and divine, something remains unfinished. Your father is guiding that process from deep within the realm of spirit. Earthly justice may be slow, but divine justice never misses its mark. Everything will balance in the exact moment it must, not sooner, not later. For emotional health, the message is clear. Don't swallow your pain. When the soul goes silent, the body begins to speak. Tension, tightness, exhaustion. They're letters from within, asking to be read with kindness. Return to the creative project you once left behind. It's not just for you, it's a channel of healing for others. And when you write, sing, paint, cook, or create with your whole heart, you'll feel a presence beside you, so clear that your eyes might fill with tears. Not from sadness, but from a love beyond words. He is opening an ancient doorway of communication. He's not coming alone. Gentle spirits, ancestors, grandmothers, mothers, are drawing near your table, through the rustle of leaves, through the moonlight glimmering at your window. If you wish, begin a soul journal. Write down your dreams, the signs, the intuitions. Over time, you'll see a map of connection forming before you. Your father is working to free the inherited fears, the belief that you must struggle to be loved, that you must fight to be at peace. He wants you to reprogram yourself with a new truth. I don't need to fight to be worthy. I only need to exist. From the other side, a woman's voice rises, proud, calm, radiant. She carries the lineage of healers, souls who once used their hands, their words, their breath to soothe the pain of the world. And now, that same current of energy is awakening within you. If you've ever dreamed of glowing hands or felt warmth when touching someone, know that this gift is reawakening. Someone important to your soul's journey is about to return, perhaps from the past, or maybe a new person with a familiar spirit. They bring a lesson of honesty and courage. Do not hide behind safe masks. Truth never hurts, only pretending does. Death, in its role as the great teacher, will end the long ancestral cycle of scarcity and emotional bondage. And for you, Sagittarius, a voice speaks, gentle yet unmistakably firm. Enough. You are free now. In matters of property, work, or home, a major decision is approaching. Do not fear. He promises to guide you toward a choice that balances mind and soul. Your faith is your compass. There's no rush. Everything is aligning on its own. Your father reminds you, you don't have to shout to lead. Just stand steady in your light, and others will follow. When fear tries to return, imagine his hand resting on your shoulder, solid as a mountain behind you. Now, to seal this journey, write slowly, mindfully in the comments, I honor my lineage with love. That small act activates the blessing in your bloodline, rippling through you to those you love, and opening paths where only walls once stood. Your father also wants you to see the ways you still hold yourself back. You learned it by watching him, pulling away just when good things approached, fearing joy because lack once felt safer. But now it's different. Every small act toward happiness, a deep breath, a walk in the sunlight, is a revolution against the fate you once inherited. A 6-month rebirth is coming. No need to wait for chaos or big signs. Just notice the doors opening quietly, the perfect coincidences, the meetings that feel divinely timed. When your father's blessing activates, life begins to cooperate with you. You'll know it, because everything starts to flow. Synchronicity becomes the new language of the universe. If you can feel that energy even now, whisper gently, "I receive the abundance of my Father." It's not a mantra, it's permission, and once you grant it, the pieces start falling into place. Looking back, you'll understand. Every relationship, even the painful ones, taught you about value and boundaries. Your father is healing the timeline, transmuting old energies so you no longer have to carry what was never yours. He sends signs through a song, a film, a book that suddenly finds you. When they appear, pause, because within them lies a message you are finally ready to understand. And your prophetic dreams are not fantasy. They are real meetings. Write them down. Later, when you read them again, you'll see how they've been guiding you, step by step in silence all along. And the final lesson, simple yet sacred. Your worth is non-negotiable. No one has the right to define your light. Before you came to Earth, your soul agreed to learn about freedom, faith, and truth. Your father was simply the teacher who walked beside you, sometimes gentle, sometimes challenging. But every lesson, every storm, was meant for one purpose. So you could become yourself, fully and freely. To close this ritual, take a deep breath and whisper, "I am ready to live in the light of truth and love." Then open your eyes slowly, and you'll see something has already changed. Jupiter is lifting you. The 6 of Cups is soothing your soul, and the Death card opens a doorway to the next chapter of your becoming. As I speak to you now, that guiding voice draws closer, as if it's bending down, ready to whisper a secret it has been saving for the perfect moment. There is something important your soul wants to reveal to you, Sagittarius, but only when your heart is still and your mind strong enough to understand without fear. When the pieces begin to fall into place, the coming days will be sacred, a time to pay attention. Notice the smallest details, an object that moves without explanation, a light that flickers the moment you think of someone, yet a strange scent that appears, then fades away. None of it is random. This is the language of the universe, speaking through vibration and heartbeat. These signs are Jupiter's way of whispering, "Trust, you're moving in the right direction." Listen closely, because when life speaks to you in such subtle movements, what it's really doing is laying down an invisible thread, to slow you down, to make you feel instead of chase, to bring you back to your intuition. That ancient compass you've always had, but sometimes forget, amid your endless adventures. When night falls, when your body softens and your mind finally releases, don't treat your dreams as random echoes. They are letters you haven't opened yet, the way your soul writes to you in the language of symbols. Train yourself to listen inside your dreams. Wake gently, with kindness. Write down the fragments, images, colors, words. For this is your spiritual map. One day when you read them again, you'll understand. They were never chaos. They were constellations, threads of light guiding you toward what heaven has already prepared. care for yourself as someone tending to a rare, sacred tree. Record the symbols that repeat, the phrases that keep returning. They are the secret linking you in the divine. And when patience becomes your habit, your guide won't need to shout anymore, because you'll have learned to listen with your soul. And if you wish to strengthen this path, seal it with a gesture. Simple yet powerful. Write by hand a vow born of light. I honor the light, I trust, and I receive. As you write, imagine an unseen hand guiding yours, a warmth spreading through your fingers, as if your father's soul or your teacher's is right there beside you, silent, approving, and deeply proud. When you tidy a corner of your home, light a candle, or simply open the window to let the wind in, know that you're not just cleaning a room, you're purifying the space of your soul. You're making your inner home stronger, so the light can stay a little longer. Your father is in a better place now, and from there he wants to reveal something specific, a clue to help you recognize the opportunity drawing near, a protective sign you will know the moment it appears. He won't knock loudly. He'll reach out softly, through a song, an old object, or a memory suddenly revived. I will prepare the space, as if sliding a chair aside to let the wind move freely through. Because what he's about to say deserves silence and reverence. When the message comes, you'll feel everything fall gently into place. The curtain of doubt will lift, light will stream through what once made no sense. An old cycle is closing, quietly, like the tide receding, making way for a greater wave, stronger, and finally in rhythm with your true life. Then, there will be a sound, a breaking. But don't be afraid, because at that same moment, in another room of your soul, a window will open, letting in golden light, soft, warm, reassuring. It will remind you that what seemed like an ending is only a doorway to a deeper beginning. This transformation may feel uneasy at first because it asks you to release old patterns, outgrown roles, ways of seeing yourself that once kept you safe but now hold you back. Your father speaks with the love of one who sees everything. Trust the process. You're not losing anything. You're only expanding. Letting go can feel like a small death, but on the other side of it is a harvest overflowing, nourished by love, peace, and the abundance you were always meant to receive. It isn't far. It's waiting, just beyond your next act of trust, just behind the smallest action done with an open heart. Your true inheritance, Sagittarius, isn't only wisdom or intuition. It's your gentle resilience. The strength that can hold pain without turning bitter. Your father calls it the strength of patient light. Keep it close. It is your sacred tool from this day on. And when you hear that quiet voice inside say, "I can't anymore," remember this. The blood in your veins belongs to survivors. Souls who walked through the longest nights and still chose to rise because they believed in the promise of morning light. A woman's spirit now shows me a vision of what's ahead. A moment that may appear as a test, but in truth, it's a rite of passage. A threshold that, once crossed, you'll never see yourself the same again. The image of the chariot appears, the sacred vehicle of will and direction. It invites you to hold the reins with a calm heart, with eyes fixed forward. This is the holy turning point for Sagittarius, to learn to lead yourself through wisdom, not fear. And then the final theme unfolds, home and family. I see old fractures between generations, long silences that became walls. But you, child of fire, have been chosen to be the bridge, not to carry all the weight, but to be the first to speak, the one who lights the candle of reconciliation. A dinner invitation, a message sent, a soft "I miss you." Sometimes that's all it takes for history to be rewritten. And when that light begins to spread, your bloodline exhales. And your father's spirit smiles. Because at last, you've done what those before you could not. You've turned pain into light. If you feel your heart opening, write in the comments, "I am ready to embrace this new journey with faith and peace." For the moment you write those words, the universe starts moving in rhythm with your breath. And within each breath, the light of Sagittarius, the flame of truth and faith, will guide you back to the place your soul has always belonged. She whispers to me that as the old chains begin to loosen, not only will your lineage breathe easier, but doors once sealed in the material world will begin to open. The flow of prosperity in your blood is deeply tied to the harmony within your family. Each time you choose dialogue over silence, forgiveness over resistance, you quietly unlock a part of energy that's been sealed for lifetimes. And from a higher view, when you love without trying to control, when you forgive without forgetting the lesson, you are healing generations, past and future alike. Your father appears again, gentle eyes filled with warmth, and he asks you to observe, not judge, the self-limiting habits you unknowingly inherited from him. Long ago, he learned to shrink himself, to avoid stirring the waters, to settle for less than his worth just to keep the peace. And that way of being, through the years, slipped quietly into you like an old echo. Hesitation, delayed dreams, the belief that one mistake could define your entire life. Each time you say, "I'll do it later," you're speaking with the voice of someone once bound by fear. Now that echo is only begging you to break the circle, to prove that you already hold the resources they once lacked. The first step is awareness. The next is movement, even a small one, in the opposite direction. Every step forward, no matter how slow, is a strike of light against the darkness. And when the temptation to retreat appears, remember, even your safe shell needs renewal. Like the serpent must shed its skin, you too must release the old version of yourself to grow without suffocation. Your body, especially your back, chest, and throat, is storing the words you never spoke, the tears you never shed, just to keep others from worrying. Your father wants you to understand, suppression doesn't always protect you. Over time, it tightens, like a noose, quietly stealing your breath. Allow yourself to open a channel for those emotions to flow. Draw with no purpose, write without editing, sing, dance, or simply sit before a candle and breathe. Each time you do, the flame becomes a symbol of transformation, and you'll feel a lightness inside, as if you've just taken off a heavy coat. In that quiet ritual, he will be beside you, holding your hand, and smiling as the final word leaves your lips. That is the moment the Queen of Cups, your own higher self, nods in approval, because you finally heard the true voice of your soul. The months ahead will unfold like a long corridor of transition, not to test you, but to prepare you for what you truly deserve. I can see the realignment already taking place. Work, relationships, beliefs, all being restructured so that what is right can arrive at the perfect time. At first, it might feel overwhelming, but trust that every turn is part of the sacred architecture your soul agreed to long before you arrived here. Your father says softly, "Don't be afraid, you never walk alone." His presence is no longer a memory, it's a constant, like the tide, receding, then returning, embracing the shore with familiar gentleness. In the realm of your work, I see abilities you haven't fully expressed yet, Skills once born from fear are now your greatest strengths. Your sensitivity, your ability to sense what others need, your intuition that connects things others can't see. These are your native languages. Bring them into your work. Build your path through authenticity, not competition. And when you do, not only will your finances blossom, but your heart will begin to heal. If an opportunity to study or create something new appears, see it as a sign from Jupiter, the planet of expansion and wisdom. Your intuition already knows what nourishes your soul and what is merely noise. Your home also glows clearly in this vision, not just as a place to live, but as a sacred temple for energy renewal. Your father's guidance continues. Observe the energy of your surroundings. Clean a small corner, move an object, let the morning light in. These simple acts turn your home into an inner sanctuary, a place of protection and restoration. Place a bowl of water and a seashell by the window, your symbols. Light a candle and offer gratitude each week. By doing so, you're inviting the light to flow consciously into your life. I also see a creative project you once abandoned, a song, a sketch, a journal. It's not just a hobby. It's a sacred channel through which your soul speaks the words it was never allowed to say. Return to it, not to perfect it, but to be honest with it. Because sometimes, that honesty itself is the quickest way back to peace. Justice appears in your reading, as a reminder that even though you've known unfairness, the universe is quietly restoring balance. Not through revenge, but through gentle, rightful compensation. Your role is not to fight, but to stay loyal to integrity and trust that everything will be placed exactly where it belongs. He also brings up a memory, a shared artistic gift you and he never got the chance to explore together. Music, poetry, craftsmanship, something simple yet profoundly beautiful. Every time you return to it, his presence becomes clearer. That is the dialogue between two souls, through beauty. And when you do, a long cycle of scarcity comes to an end. Not only in material form, but in belief itself. The belief that good things were never meant for me. You are the one breaking that chain. Each time you choose to believe that life is abundant, that you are worthy of love and of receiving, you bless your entire lineage. From now on, choose abundance without guilt. Accept help without resentment. Open your heart without fear of lack. I see decisions forming around home, property, or environment. Your father has already seen the best outcome, and he's skillfully sending you signs, a casual conversation, a piece of news that arrives right on time. When something feels right, even if you can't explain why, trust that it's his hand guiding you. He looks at you with pride, seeing in you a leader of the heart, someone who inspires without noise, someone who is gentle yet powerful. Some old fears still whisper, telling you it's safer to stay still. But he says it's time to move forward without losing your gentleness. True strength, Sagittarius, isn't found in conquering. It lives in the ability to shine without burning, to lead without controlling, like fire, warm, steady, and illuminating for everyone near it. Whisper with me now. I am free from the bindings of the past. I choose abundance, peace, and faith. Each time you speak those words, a link in the old chain loosens, and the universe, hearing your courage, whispers back. Finally, they remember who they are. Always remember, your greatest power is your truth, not your intellect, not your appearance, not your reputation, but your capacity to stand as you are, without masks, without pretending to be anyone else. Because when you dare to live in authenticity, the doors you thought would never open will open, softly, naturally, and right on time. The moon, your gentle guardian, teaches you to love every stage of yourself, even the imperfect ones. It reminds you that real leadership is not about imposing, but about empathy and listening. I can see it clearly in your journey. There were people who once walked in, bringing lessons that were both painful and profound. They didn't come to hurt you. They came to reflect the parts of you that still needed to be seen. Sometimes those disguised teachers were mirrors of the unhealed within you. Your father understands that better than anyone. He's quietly helping you look deeper into the meaning behind every connection you've ever had. With love and patience, he's working through the timelines of your family, transforming old energies, soothing cracks once thought unbreakable. He knows that your healing is a lantern shining in both directions, forward for your descendants and backward for your ancestors. If you wish to take part in this sacred work, light a white candle this week. Place it beside a glass of water and whisper a simple thank you to your lineage. That alone is a small ritual, but its power can open a very large door. During this time, a symbolic object or cultural relic from him may appear. A book, a film, or an old song that suddenly finds its way to you. When it does, pay attention, because that is how he speaks to you, through the language of the soul, through memories you already know. Again, I see you, Sagittarius, standing in the middle of a dream night, where dreams themselves become portals of energy. He walks in, gently like someone returning home, and other loved ones appear too, surrounding you in light. He advises you, write them down, because inside those seemingly random words lie the clues to your next path. It could be a phrase that repeats, an image that reappears, or simply a warmth you can't explain. Over time, that notebook will become your spiritual map. He tells me that in his lifetime, he was too humble. So humble that he forgot his own worth. And now, he doesn't want you to repeat that. You're not as small as you think, he says. Your light isn't excessive, it's essential to this world. Before you came to Earth, your soul agreed to a sacred mission, and he was part of that covenant. Every experience you've lived, both gentle and harsh, was designed to shape you, so you could fulfill your purpose with strength and compassion. From where he stands now, he looks at you with quiet pride. He supports you patiently, honors your unique pace, and encourages you never to give up. He also points toward something unfinished, a legal matter, a forgotten document, or a family decision that still lingers open. He's clearing the way and will send the right people to help you complete it. When they appear, see them as messengers. Because that's how he works in this world. Through people, through perfect coincidences, through divine timing. I can feel it, a current of prosperity rising all around you. It's like a river about to overflow, just waiting for you to open the valve of trust. This abundance isn't only about money, it's about fullness. In emotion, in health, in love, and in spirit. And the key to unlocking this flow is faith. Faith that you are worthy. Faith that the universe wants to see you fulfilled, not just in material comfort, but in the nourishment of your soul. If you want to strengthen that faith, join me in a small ritual. Close your eyes. Place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Then whisper, "In the light of my soul, I release yesterday. I open my heart to loving guidance, and I move forward in trust. The ocean of life nurtures and protects me, now and forever." Let those words flow through you like a warm wave. Repeat them at sunset, and you'll feel your energy field begin to widen and balance itself day by day. This conversation is coming to a close, but before you go, she takes your hand and reminds you, don't let these words fade into forgetfulness. Each message today is a piece of the greater picture. You can only see it fully when your heart is open. The first letter reminds you that their love still exists beyond time and space. The second teaches that you are not your past. The third opens a tangible financial opportunity. Welcome it without letting fear interfere. The fourth reminds you that your body is a temple, and caring for it is the most sacred ritual of all. And the final letter illuminates your family's hidden truths. When you touch them with compassion, they turn into wisdom. The universe is sending you signs, a dream under a full moon, a sudden unfamiliar scent, a small object that moves on its own, an old song that plays out of nowhere. None of it is random. It's how they say, we're still here. This healing isn't just for you. It flows through your entire lineage. It releases the cords that have bound your family for generations. Fears that once were inherited but no longer belong to you. And he teaches me this. Your destiny begins to glow the moment you choose forgiveness. Not for them, but for your own freedom. When you open yourself to abundance without shame, when you accept life's subtle gifts as part of your sacred inheritance, every road ahead becomes smoother. That moment isn't in the future. It's happening right now. Dear Sagittarius, in the days ahead, the universe will give you moments to practice everything you've learned. A conversation that brings peace. A small act of self-love that lets you sleep more deeply. A phone call that reveals a missing piece. A situation that asks you to choose light over fear. And there, you'll remember the shell that knows how to heal itself. You'll remember the chariot always moving forward. And you'll remember the moon, the one who taught you to love every tide within yourself. Your father leaves you 3 lighthouses to guide your way. Forgiveness is the bridge that leads you home to freedom. Truth is the key that opens every door. Abundance is your birthright, not a reward. What he couldn't finish in his lifetime will continue through you. The opportunities that come this week and in the weeks ahead will carry his unseen fingerprints, arranging everything gently, precisely, and with justice. I see a wide horizon opening before you, filled with the scent of maturity, with stability that doesn't confine, with relationships that feel safe, and with old dreams returning, placed again under the golden light of a new morning. All of this will unfold, as long as you receive these words as a loving commitment to your own soul. Your father didn't leave in silence. He left through love multiplied, with a promise that he would always be near, teaching you to listen to the waves inside you and sending you clearer and clearer signs. And I, the storyteller who has watched 100 dawns, bow to you, Sagittarius, and say this: never underestimate the power of your heart. It can turn any house into a sanctuary, heal with a single embrace, and lead others with the quiet strength of care. Walk slowly, with faith, with presence, and with the light that never goes out within you. What's meant for you already knows how to find you, and your father, from beyond the veil of light, is smiling, because he knows the best of it all is only just beginning.